Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the FinTech webinar around collaborative research and how this can benefit your business. My name is Liam Cronin. I'm the Associate Director of Commercialization within the Adapt Centre, and I'd like to welcome everyone this morning to the FinTech webinar. Please ask if you have any questions over the next hour. Please add them to the question box, and we will stop at different periods during the webinar to answer your questions and make it as interactive as possible. So, as I said, I work within the Adapt Centre. I'm the Associate Director of Commercialization in the Adapt Centre, and my role is all about connecting industry partners with the research across the different universities and colleges here in Dublin. So, as we move to the next slide, hopefully you can see it on your screen. You know, there's a massive opportunity right now around FinTech. You know, we've seen over the last 12 months a lot of changes in the whole FinTech area. I attended a conference in Barcelona, MoneyConf, which is an offshoot of the Web Summit last June, and it was clear from that conference that there was a calling out for research to work with industry partners in key technology areas around machine learning, artificial intelligence, blockchain, semantic web, anti-money laundering, which we'll talk about here in this morning's discussion. Before the 2008 global financial crisis, the financial industry was generally accepted as among the least open to innovation and disruption. But I think post-GFC, FinTech has found its raison d'etre, enabled it to really get in and be disruptive within the technology area with certain elements like blockchain, big data, which we specialise in within the centre. If we look across Ireland right now, there are approximately 40,000 people employed within financial services, and a further 10,000 plus working within technology. According to recent reports from the IDA and Enterprise Ireland, approximately 8,800 people were employed in FinTech in Ireland at the end of 2015, a rise of 7% in the year before and 40% up on 2008. Financial services, both globally and in Ireland, are already considering the impact of FinTech. According to PwC, 69% of financial services companies say they are putting FinTech at the heart of their business. Some 40% say they already have a mobile phone app for their products, and a further 20% are developing one. We hope by bringing together, some of the research centres, what the Adapt Centre where I work, Lero, Connect, Insight, which are other research centres, ArcSim, who you're going to hear from this morning, and the Michael Smurfit School of Business in UCD, that we can put together a really strong team that can look at three areas in particular around regulation technology, or RegTech as we're going to call it this morning, insurance technology, InsureTech, and payment technology around PayTech. As you can see on the screen, the number of companies that are springing up in the whole FinTech area within Ireland across the different areas like payments, Bitcoin, regulation, which we can cover. So there's a really strong ecosystem of FinTech companies in Ireland. Okay, as we look at, before we kind of move into talking about FinTech, I just wanted to kind of level set a little bit and give you an understanding of the Adapt Centre where we work and what we actually do. And this will hopefully give some context to the whole FinTech area. So Adapt is all about working with digital content. We're all about understanding this global content, transforming the content, helping people interact with it in a better way and personalise the experience. We look at 5 areas in particular. So we look at 5 different teams. The first team we look at is the whole area of localization, machine translation, glossary management, everything in the whole multilingual area. The second team we look at is intelligent content and media. So this is all around big data, semantic web, understanding this data and putting intelligence around it. We're also looking at multimodal interaction. So for us, digital content is not just text. It's audio, it's video, it's imaging, it's augmented reality, and it's virtual reality. So how can we search these large databases of multimodal information and pull out insights? The fourth team we look at is the whole area of social media analysis or sentiment analysis, and to understand, is the sentiment positive, negative, or neutral? And then our fifth team is in the area of personalization, which is formal and informal learning. And we work with industry partners to develop targeted projects in these 4 team areas. So in the last 12 months, we would have worked in probably 15 different targeted projects with industry across multinationals, SMEs, and startup companies as well. And quite a few of those have been from the fintech area. So in terms of, what are the benefits of collaborating with ADAPT or with the other research centres that we're going to add to the proposal, like Lero, Insight, and Connect? So number one is it's an R&D multiplier. So by working with the ADAPT Centre or with the research centres, you can extend your or scale up your R&D organisation, or else you can get some new R&D into your organisation. So it's a big R&D multiplier. We offer other programs as well, like opportunities to get involved in our postdoc fellowship program. We also run a 4-year co-sponsored PhD program, and by being involved with the research centres, we're all the time looking to transfer knowledge and bring you into the whole ecosystem that we're involved in. So moving on to the FinTech spoke and the teams, which is I guess the main reason why we're here today. Since last June, we've been doing quite a lot of research within Trinity College Dublin, Dublin City University, Dublin Institute of Technology, and University College Dublin as well, with the business school out there. And we've been trying to figure out what are the kind of key business challenges, or what are the kind of key industry challenges within the FinTech area. And we've pretty much netted out onto 3 areas, which you see on the slide right now, and which we're going to go into in more detail today. So we see challenges around payment technology across retail, commercial, corporate, that we feel we can bring a lot of added value to solving some of those problems. We see regulation being a key challenge for financial services around understanding the regulation and how it applies to the industry and being able to regulate it in a better way. And then the final area is around the whole insurance area and insurance technology around predictive analytics, fraud analytics, for example. And we have expertise within the research centres across the 4 universities in key technologies like blockchain, artificial intelligence, machine learning, semantic web, anti-money laundering, that we can really bring to the table to help solve these industry challenges. In terms of the timeline for the spoke application, so just to help you understand, so basically Science Foundation Ireland give you the opportunity to submit a spoke application. You can either do it as a rolling call or a fixed call. Right now we're going to go with a rolling call, and we've put together this current schedule. So the key dates I guess we're working towards is we plan to have an industry breakfast meeting on the 10th of March in a city centre location, where we'll be inviting industry partners that are interested in collaborating in the spoke application to come along and hear from industry partners that have already committed, and meet the researchers that are going to be part of the spoke proposal face to face. We then will submit by the end of March an expression of interest application, and we hope that will be successful, and then our full proposal will be submitted by the end of June. What we will be looking for, I guess, in the expression of interest, and this will be the call to action at the end, is if industry partners are interested in what you hear this morning, you're interested in the researchers that are going to present and we're going to walk through, we will ask you to submit an expression of interest, 1-pager, 500 words, that we can then use to build out the proposal for Science Foundation Ireland. Okay, so moving on to the research expertise in terms of the people that we have as part of the proposal, and this will expand as we gather momentum. So we're delighted to have in Dublin City University Dr. Martin Crane, who's the Director of the Advanced Research Computing Centre for Complex Systems Modelling, or for the short term is ARCSIM. Martin has a lot of expertise in predictive modelling, data mining, math, statistical physics models, and distributed systems, along with high-performance computing. Also, Martin will bring you through one of the teams this morning. We are also delighted to have Dr. Marja Bezbratska, who's a lecturer in the School of Computing here in Dublin City University, who's also a member of ARCSIM and Lero. Maria's expertise is in data analytics, predictive modelling and simulation, machine learning, data mining, applied statistics, and high-performance computing. Also in Dublin City University, we have Dr. Marcus Helford, who's the Director of the Business Information Group at Dublin City University, and who has expertise in data quality, data privacy, business models, process management, and automation. Next slide we have from our colleagues in University College Dublin Business School. We have Dr. Cal Mutley, who's a member of the Faculty in Finance at the UCD School of Business and a fellow at the UCD Geary Institute. Cal has research expertise in operational risk, bank reputation and predictive analytics. Dr. Tom Conlon, who's here in the room with us this morning, is an Associate Professor of Banking and Finance in the UCD School of Business. Previously, Tom worked within asset management and was a consultant in the area of financial services. So Tom has a lot of expertise in financial risk management, banking, financial stability, predictive modelling and asset pricing. Dr. Xiao Liu is a recent addition to the Michael Smurfit School of Business, focusing in on text analytics, anti-money laundering, investment management, news and media behavioural finance and empirical asset pricing. And finally, we're Eli Abel Lahoud, who you will also hear this morning from the UCD School of Business, has research expertise in FinTech, RegTech, semantic technology, governance, risk and compliance. We also have Dublin Institute of Technology as part of our consortium, and committed to the proposal right now is Professor John Kelleher, who is basically research expertise in machine learning, machine translation, agent simulation for epidemiology, data visualization, active recognition and dialogue systems. John has published a machine learning textbook on fundamentals of machine learning for predictive data analytics, which is a bestseller, and has continues to do targeted projects with us in the whole machine learning area. We have Dr. Pierpaola Donido, who's a lecturer in the School of Computing. Pierpaola's expertise is in multi-agent systems, reasoning under uncertainty, augmentation theory, online communications behavior and dynamics. And then finally we have Dr. Robert Ross from the School of Computing, who looks at data analytics, dialogue management, unsupervised learning and resource adaptation. Finally, within Trinity College Dublin, we have right now we have 4 professors who are going to be involved in the FinTech Spoke. So we have Professor Owen Conlon, whose expertise is in the whole area of personalization, of visualization, personalized e-learning technology, enhanced e-learning and adaptive hypermedia. So Owen's done a lot of work in the whole area of personalizing the user experience. Professor Declan O'Sullivan is a lecturer at TCD School of Computer Science and Statistics. Declan has done a lot of work in the whole area of conceptual algorithm techniques that will enable the achievement of sustainable and manageable interoperability. He's done really good work on ontology mapping and semantics with Ordnance Survey Ireland. Professor Dave Lewis is the Deputy Director of the ADAPT Centre, is leading research in the whole area of semantic modelling, policy-based management and self-managed networks, services and ontology mapping. And finally, our newest recruit to the centre is Dr. Hitesh Chawara, who has a lot of experience in the whole area of blockchain, electronic commerce, network security and mobile communications. So hopefully what you've seen in the last 10 minutes is a vast array of expertise or research expertise across 4 universities here in Dublin that hopefully can apply into the FinTech area. So we're excited about the opportunity, we're excited about the challenges ahead, and now I'm going to actually hand over to Dr. Eli Abel from UCD School of Business. Eli is an expert in areas such as semantic technologies and is going to bring you through one of the teams that we're going to look at in the FinTech Spoke, RegTech. Eli.
Thank you, Liam. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us this morning. You know, we continue to witness a significant interest in RegTech. This is not noise nor social media chatter. In fact, over $2 billion were invested in the past 3 years in RegTech globally. So how can RegTech help you? First, RegTech allows you to navigate regulatory rules, understand them, understand how they're interconnected, and what's changing. The slides are moving faster, please. We need to go back to slide 13. So I went over the first line here, navigate. Second, RegTech helps you apply these rules to your business activities in jurisdictions in which you operate. It helps you also write policy and train your teams. Third, RegTech, as you know, automates compliance controls for your 3 lines of defense. And last, RegTech helps you communicate with the different stakeholders to record, manage, and escalate issues. It enhances your internal and external reporting capabilities, including data integration and visualization. But RegTech, as you know, is not limited to the regulated. it can help regulators too. It's becoming clearer that RegTech can help regulators increase their performance and the overall transparency and stability. In particular, RegTech provides regulators with new methods to publish rules and related changes. Also, to collect different types of compliance and risk data, and to align, aggregate, and visualize the state of compliance at entity or market levels. So let's focus now on the tech in RegTech. RegTech typically use technologies enabling things like you see here in the middle of the screen: smart regulation, smart contracts, smart data, advanced analytics and machine learning, down to robotic process automation. The academic partners of this FinTech Spoke have been conducting research in the following areas that directly support RegTech. You see here on the left, from risk modeling and identification down to cloud computing, through things like knowledge representation and exchange, blockchain, and machine learning. Our research views fintechs in general and RegTech in particular as bearers of potential solutions for operational risks, from helping with fraud detection to process management, including business practices and failures. As you know, much of the regulatory focus in financial institutions is on provisioning for expected losses and holding capital against that. Novel approaches will focus on pre-identifying individual risks and mitigating them, as our research indicates. Our research on big data, predictive analytics, and sophisticated risk management and measurement skills within the Spoke and ADAPT in general can be applied to put in place enterprise solutions producing real-time predictions of risks, but with interpretable results that are meaningful to management. The resulting benefits of this new framework and approach are captured here on the right in this large triangle and its sub-triangles. We anticipate a reduction in required capital as these risk events are avoided rather than provisioned for. We predict an abatement in regulatory fines and associated regulatory compliance costs. And obviously, this mitigations of risks will make bank more endearing to shareholders. Let's take an example and dive deeper into AML, which is a significant area. As you know, the market size for AML is roughly around $3.2 billion US, which is bigger than the US budget. Current approaches may not work the way we want. They're inefficient, and they incur extra costs at different levels, from people to fines. And I'm not telling you new stories. More severe consequences of the failed approach currently include reputation damage, loss of partners and clients, and fundamentally catching the attention of regulators, let alone the increasing costs. This chart that you see here on the screen is taken from an ongoing proof of concept with a large multinational industry partner that my colleague Shah is working with. This chart outlines an intelligent AI and data-driven approach to AML that's able to fuse data from different sources and new dimensions. Examples of these public data sources are included here on the left. You see these clouds. Key technologies to analyze this data and fuse it together are listed here in the middle. From entity linking and entity recognition to data visualization, going through different kinds of NLP and sentiment analysis, and recently, deep neural network learning. Combined, these technologies make systems smarter and able to learn from user feedback. So not only they will present intelligent and more accurate results, but they can take the user feedback and learn from it. All this results in a smarter and a more accurate and cost-efficient way to deal with these challenges. This concludes the RegTech section for today. I'm looking forward to seeing you at our upcoming breakfast meeting. Thank you for listening. I'm now going to hand over to Dr. Martin Crane from DCU's ArcSim Center. Martin is an expert in areas such as information and noise in time series, and Martin is going to bring us through InsureTech.
Thank you, Ellie. First of all, some context on the area. While banks will likely suffer the most imminent effects of fintech's disruption and innovation, their greatest impact will likely be felt in the insurance industry. So what can be done by way of mitigating this impact? As we'll see in the coming slides, there are three major future areas of play for incumbents: to optimize existing insurance structures, to defend their existing market positions, or to utilize alternative mechanisms for digital risk transfer. The diagram shows how the insurer's service chain management is likely to impact their business imperatives. How, from an external point of view, business opportunities can be gained by the customer feeling that the insurer is reaching out to them, while from an internal point of view, opportunities can arise by leveraging the power of customer content from increasingly diverse sources. The following are increasingly enabling the customer. Firstly, the pace of innovation. As we'll see on the next slide, the shared economy, usage-based models, IoT and wearables can give insurers an opportunity to do more radical innovations and experiment with new business models. The second such enabler is customer expectations of interaction. Customers are used to digital retail interaction and want the same experience from insurers. As mobile devices proliferate, customers also want to be able to secure their insurance cover when they want, where they want, and on the channel of their choice. In this consortium team, we will show how consortium members can help incumbents discover emerging coverage trends that necessitate new insurance products and services, and how they can help in developing such new products and services, delivering business value. As we'll see on the next slide, customers are already demanding these products in the market. Incumbents have a necessity to provide targeted products and services for increasingly diffuse different market sectors. As we said already, InsureTech covers a wide problem area. In this slide, we show some of the diversity. First of all, in blockchain. Blockchain has disrupted the banking industry profoundly already. However, it hasn't been a strong point of focus for either incumbent or new innovators alike in the insurance industry. As shown in the boxes, there is potential for the technology to impact on a number of models in the industry. Already, life insurance startups such as Lemonade enhances consumer experience due to a DLT-based smart contract where they could see that the money is automatically paid out when certain conditions are met. One particular spoke member will be able to help companies apply blockchain to their problems. In the smart pricing targeted product space, with more than 2 billion smartphones in use today, providing an explosion of personal web content, already consortium members have experience in mining of diverse personal and web content to yield valuable insights that have huge potential for providing information valuable to customer and insurer alike. Examples of where this can add value for insurers are in the areas of targeted health insurance. Consortium members have participated in large European research projects on individualized healthcare, and this can be of use to industries. In the pay-as-you-drive space, much use will likely be made of the availability of vehicle and behavioral data. For instance, InsureTech already provides a pay-as-you-drive model via data from a black box attached to the car, and consortium members are well placed to help here. Pay-as-you-live is similar to the pay-as-you-drive above. Here, instead of the black box idea, extensive use is made of wearable technology and social web media content. Finally, and an area that we think will be rather large in future, is the insurance inclusion. This is based around the potential of new technology to increase coverage for low-income customers, especially in developing countries. Mobile phones are increasingly vital to this business model. In the disaggregation space, first of all of distribution, e-aggregators and technology companies could bring the disaggregation of distribution of personal and small commercial property policies and the separation of insurers from the ownership of customer relationships. Two, in the economies of sharing, this can also challenge insurers by providing cover of one asset, one owner, by providing cover of multiple shared owners of the one asset. Finally, in this decoupling of capital, there is likely to be increased propensity for risks to be transferred outside insurers with the entry of alternative providers of capital in the space, for instance hedge funds, offering cost-effective solutions. In the smart claims processing space, first of all, we have fraudulent claims detection. Social media is changing the way some insurance companies identify fraudulent claims. With high rates of social media usage, insurance companies are looking to this to help combat insurance fraud. As of April 2016, there were 1.6 billion active Facebook users every month globally, while 400 million people use Instagram every month. These users are obviously generating a massive amount of data, adding to existing data such as user details, previous claims, content such as social media profiles and IoT device data. We shall see from a case study on the next slide how such data has been used in fraud detection by a member of the consortium. In the automated claims processing area, content analytics can also help in the prediction of claims and also to facilitate fast and more effective claims processing. Most life insurers, for example, have clearly defined and effective processes and methodologies around quoting, underwriting, and claims management. Such processes require much manual intervention, and effective execution is often lacking, leading to poor customer experience. Enhanced customer experiences can be attained by applying robot process automation to claims management activities such as data entry in multiple systems, claim verification and validation, etc., as these are all ideally suited to RPA. In the social media CRM space, customer churn is especially prevalent in insurance cover cases where an individual has been covered by the same provider for some years, and e-aggregators are increasing in power. Here CRM has become essential, and insurers are turning to social media for insights on their customers' behavior and attitudes. Here Spoke members' social media monitoring and network science expertise can be used for new data sources on risk propensity and behavior, also in nudging of opinions and rewarding of critical users based on behavioral science, and also finally managing insurance companies' own online reputation, whether it be protecting or promoting it. In this slide, we look at a particular case study. The private health insurance sector in Ireland is quite large, with a considerable proportion of the population covered. Unfortunately, insurance fraud in many forms is also large and growing. A member of the Spoke has extensive experience in spearheading the development of data-driven, interpretable fraud models for large international health insurance companies. The data involved is quite diverse and unstructured, from hard copy patient records to individual invoices, provider information, and crucially practitioner knowledge. Some of the things that a fraud investigator will look at manually include upcoding, double billing, and unbundling. In order to work with this unstructured data, the network of potential perpetrators needs to be quantified first of all using network analysis. Expert knowledge then needs to be incorporated in the model in such a way that previous learnings form the basis of future analysis. Finally, the findings from the model have to be interpretable by investigators, as no action can be taken on a black box analysis solely. Outcomes from this case study are that investigators can receive leads from the model for cases to prioritize in terms of investigation. It's not, after all, possible to investigate all claims. It also sends out a powerful signal to healthcare participants that fraud will not be tolerated and ultimately results in lower premiums and increased company profitability. Thus, analytics-based technologies can help in the mitigating of customer fraud. Obviously, the technology discussed here could be applied to fraud in other areas of insurance. Finally, here we see that InsureTech is perhaps the team which has the most diversity of problems. So it's natural that the expertise of those tackling the problems would be equally wide. For solving problems in the areas outlined on the previous slide, the academic partners have been conducting research in the following areas that directly support InsureTech. First of all, in regulation, risk modeling and fraud detection, expertise from the InsureTech theme, for instance, ArcSim members in risk modeling, will be supplemented by that from members from the RegTech theme, for instance, Dr. Conlon and Dr. Liu in UCD Business School, who have experience in these areas, to look at insurers' problems that involve such issues. Customer content, data content and quality. Dr. Helfert has extensive expertise on companies' real-world CRM problems, and Dr. Conlon has examined social media for evidence of fraud detection for insurers. Also, the ADAPT Centre have considerable expertise in social media content analysis. In the DLT blockchain space, Dr. Tiwari from TCD is a recognized expert in electronic payments, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency models, and mobile communications technologies. And he can bring this to bear in problems requiring this area of expertise. Finally, AI, machine learning, natural language processing, and event detection. The AI machine learning expertise will likely come from ArcSim people, especially in the areas of behavioral science and event detection, and also the ADAPT members such as Dr. Dondio and others, particularly in their social media content and natural language processing expertise. Also, cloud RPA, business process optimization and automation expertise. Dr. Helfert has extensive experience in process optimization and automation, while Dr. Bezbedica has experience dealing with large multinationals in the area of enterprise architecture. In this short presentation on InsureTech, we have seen how consortium members can help incumbents discover emerging coverage trends that necessitate new insurance products and services, and how they can help in developing such products and services to delivering business value to industry and customers alike. Are there any questions on InsureTech? I see up there that there is a question on predictive analytics in insurance outside of fraud. Is this the one that we are referring to in terms of pricing and underwriting, or customer segmentation? Whether we have any previous experience, and whether this is the kind of data that has been used.
Okay, good morning. I'm Tom Conlon. Much of this links in with Martin's commentary so far. A considerable amount of the experience within the group has been in the area of health insurance fraud analytics, but many of the skills that have been applied in this area are common throughout the industry. So, for example, in terms of customer retention, the focus here has mainly been on forecasting and interacting with switchers when exiting customers, with a particular application of artificial intelligence, but crucially, the findings from this had to be interpretable. In terms of pricing, there's been some preliminary studies which have looked at aggregate pricing. The issue here, I suppose, is that individual pricing is not possible in this space. So the focus thus far has been in forecasting claims volumes. So both myself and others within the group have worked on problems like this. And in terms of data, the focus has been on data such as, for example, actual claims level data, data on customers, on the providers. This has been combined then, which is crucial, I think, in this space, with professional knowledge. And finally, an interesting recent addition to this is the concept of geodata, so location in particular, and the implications here are for fraud, pricing, and for underwriting.
The second question there is also from this source. It's on insurance pricing transparency. This is becoming a key focus by regulators. Do we really believe that in the future we will be able to create pricing attributes by building loss models from scraping data from social media data? I suppose what we would try and say to this question is, in the ArcSim and in the ADAPT centres, we have underpinning expertise in social media analytics, and we would look to bring this to bear on problems as we have them outlined more fully by industry partners. Third question there, has there been any work done on share economy approach to InsureTech? The share economy approach to InsureTech is something that I've certainly seen in the literature. There hasn't been any direct work done in the centres on this, but again, with regard to the underpinning expertise, we would obviously be prepared to work on any problems that are in the space that would be brought to us by the company involved. So that's 3 questions. I am now going to hand over to Dr. Maria Bezbradica from DCU's ArcSim Centre. Maria is an expert in areas such as behavioral prediction and analytics and is going to bring us through PayTech. Maria.
Thank you, Martin, and thank you for the questions. We will come back to the questions at the end of all talks. As we just heard, while InsureTech looks at technology-based disruption in financial services generally, PayTech is complementing both InsureTech and RegTech as it focuses on the technology products and services that transform all aspects of payments, both for consumer, peer-to-peer, and business-to-business models. PayTech provides innovative solutions and can disrupt the financial sector as is through new digital payment processing applications, alternative processing networks, smart devices, wearable technologies, AI, blockchain, and many more. As a result, business models will change, and again, as with the rest of FinTech, growth in the PayTech space, especially among startups, is boosted by the explosion in digital connectivity, availability of data, growing need for fraud detection, and identity protection. Improving customer experience for payments emerged as essential due to customer dissatisfaction from banks, for example, Know Your Customer, and it is a drive for faster and more efficient transaction in the industry. In this spoke team, the consortium partners will address various challenges related to the PayTech sector that largely look at the areas such as business models, customer experience, retail payments, novel payment rails, payment service directives, and financial inclusion, as well as automation and data management, though this seminar and feedback hopefully will throw up some more opportunities and ideas. As mentioned, we see PayTech as an opportunity and a challenge to change the industry and many aspects of society with the development of new digital payments processing applications. PayTech faces challenges related to cooperation, regulation, innovation, business models, and various aspects of data management. It may include invisible payments through the customer journey that will impact payment process in retail, B2B, and ultimately will change the landscape of payments. In addition, customers are increasingly expecting seamless payments with low or no fees. At the same time, with increase in mobile online payments, the need for secure payments and fraud and identity protection becomes challenging. Technological advances will offer new payment rails that are faster with much lower operational costs. Yet many challenges remain, such as how to utilize the technological advances and provide a secure, customer-oriented payment system. So research shows that the market is characterized by three trends. As the first one, we see consolidation. When a customer pays online with Visa Checkout, Android Pay, they earn rewards if offered by the card issuer. With Apple Pay on Apple Watch, credit and debit cards can facilitate the contactless purchase process, which is over in seconds. As a second one, fragmentation. The payment area is a massively, confusingly, and unsustainably fragmented industry at the moment. 47% of global FinTech M&A deals was in payment companies being snapped up. And finally, displacements. For example, with Wise POS financing, when customers choose POS financing, they provide a few application details at point of sale terminal. They're prompted with possible terms and conditions, which, if approved, customer has a chance to review and accept the terms and then can complete their purchase. So for this spoke project, we have structured the PayTech area in broadly 4 areas. The first one would be around society and customers. In customer experience, a challenge will be to establish customer interfaces, as no longer is the financial institution necessarily in control of the relationship with the customer. Now customer holds the cards. Customer wants to engage whenever and however they like, and they have an expectation to help shape future products too. As with InsureTech, this is about following customer trends and customer journeys, using social media for insights on their behavior and attitudes. Here, social media monitoring and network science expertise from the ADAPT team in particular can be combined with Marcus Helfert's expertise in CRM and relationship analytics with previous industrial partners. In cashless society, mobile payment systems like MasterCard, PayPal, Apple Pay, and Google Wallet have already reached significant market penetration in the US. Consortium members in electronic payments, such as Hitesh Tiwari, combined with business models research, such as from the team of Maria Bezbraditz and Marcus Helfert, can collaborate with industrial participants to develop and integrate the next generation payment services and investigate sustainable payment ecosystems. In terms of payment services for all, one further problem the world faces when moving towards a cashless society is the inclusion of everyone. Something over 2 billion people worldwide are now connected to any banking system. Mobile phones are increasingly common, irrespective of the sector of society, and this allows customers to access a rudimentary form of payments. In the second area, that would be around banking automation and processes, robo-advisors, which support the development of accessible digital advice. We believe that the market is set to grow. Research showed that over 50% of people do not seek traditional pension advice from cost reasons. The Spokes Consortium unique blend of industry and academic expertise in the area of automation in DCU and financial and business expertise in UCD Smurfit will be of use here. An important area is also security and biometrics-based identification. Customers across Europe are more and more interested in using biometrics when making a payment, especially when integrated with other security measures. However, there must follow a balance between speed and security. Data management and quality is also critical here, as the customer must have full trust that any biometric details that they have stored are not compromised in any way. Expertise in the consortium, not just in data management and quality, but also in electronic payments and bioinformatics, can help industry in this venture. The third area would be around payment systems. Being empowered by mobile phones and other devices, payments will change. Rather than using wallets to pay for goods and service, mobile and contactless payments have shown a growing acceptance by the customers of non-traditional payment systems. And finally, the fourth area would be the space of data management and innovative technologies. As with RegTech and InsureTech, data management in the application of innovative technologies plays a key element to develop new payment systems while improving customer experience. Big data, IoT, mobile technologies, as well as blockchain are just some examples that result in opportunities for data analytics and payment systems. At the same time, they present many challenges, such as data privacy and security. So optimizing the value of online and offline customer interactions and understanding multi-channel customer analytics, one promising area is web content integrated with CRM, call center, marketing, and sales data, stitching individuals' customer journey across all these. Expertise in the consortium in the area of behavioral analytics and content data analytics can help to provide solutions related to data management. And apologies with slides. Let's see an example of a case study. Current payment systems require trusted third party that are slow and often costly. Blockchains allow for faster direct payments between individuals with smaller processing fees, and so support fast micropayments through small payment chunks. Assets moving from one institution to another require the hard task of ledger balances of these assets to move. Further advantage of blockchain technology is that it is creating a shared ledger to process transactions between multiple intermediaries. This enables making smart contracts as a lightweight form of know your customer without the need for any third party to do the verification. So in summary, we see that PayTech offers many opportunities for innovation. Although it is perhaps the theme which has the most diversity of problems, we believe that the consortium, with its wide expertise and track record with working with companies, is well positioned to tackle these PayTech problems. For solving problems in the areas outlined previously, the academic partners have been conducting research in the following areas that directly supports PayTech. In society and customers and consumers, DCU has experience in analyzing customer experience, customer behavior, and relationships, with a particular focus on understanding of customer processes, service adoption, and channel selection. Examining the effect of a cashless society and how business models could be shaped would be a natural continuation of this research. In addition, Owen Conlon has strong expertise on the impact of personalization, ethics, data privacy, and societal challenges resulting from a cashless society and the digitalization of payments. Responding to data management problems in companies, the team from Marcus Halford and Maria Besbroditz at DCU has developed extensive expertise in data management, data governance, and data integration problems. This is complemented by David Lewis and Declan O'Sullivan's expertise in data privacy and ethics. We can provide architectures for payment solutions, data governance guidelines, as well as data privacy assessments and tools. For payment systems, Hitesh Tiwari from TCD is a recognized expert in electronic payments, Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrency models and mobile communication technologies. He can bring this to bear in problems requiring this area of expertise. And as mentioned above, Adapt has expertise in ethical and data privacy arising out of payments digitalization. And finally, we have strong technical expertise in novel technologies such as wearables and analytics. Maria Besbroditz and Martin Crane have experience and expertise in modeling and simulation processes, and the team from Marcus Halford has extensive experience in process automation and optimization. I will now hand back to Martin to go through the questions. Oh, sorry. So there you go. Actually, Tom will answer first.
Okay, yeah, there are a couple of questions that have come in the area of PayTech, and specifically in relation to Bitcoin. And they're quite related. So the first one is that there seems to be a consumer cliff of confidence and value with Bitcoin or blockchain type products. And the question has been, has there been any study on consumer sentiment and engagement on using digital currency with a Bitcoin or blockchain network? And a second related question is to expand on the behavioral analytics work in PayTech. So there's been a few studies, a few recent studies, particularly in the area of Bitcoin, that would tie in with this. And I suppose that the general consensus in this area is that new markets are quite prone to sentiment influences. And currently what we witness, particularly in the area of Bitcoin, is that there are clusters of inefficiency over time, and these can be quite dynamic. So effectively what this does is it allows investors to take advantage of sentiment to gain potentially abnormal profits. And what we would normally see within markets is, and what we would expect to see within the Bitcoin area, is that as Bitcoin proliferates, this sentiment type issue will begin to dissipate, and then markets will become more efficient, and this kind of a consumer cliff of confidence will begin to dissipate as well.
Could I just say, just to give the attribution to those there were a couple of great questions from Alan O'Loughlin from LexisNexis Risk, and also particularly on the blockchain by Mark Bonham. There's also, there's a question on PayTech that has been answered there. Any further questions in PayTech, InsureTech, or RegTech? Okay, I'll pass you back to Liam Cronin now.
Okay, so in wrapping up, I want to first of all thank everyone who's presented this morning, all the researchers across the different universities. Hopefully, for the industry partners who are on the call, you got a feel for the different expertise we have across the three teams that we're looking at in terms of RegTech, InsureTech, and PayTech. I suppose the next steps or the call to action, there always has to be a call to action, is that if you're interested in following through on any of the areas we discussed this morning, or if you have a particular industry problem or a pain point in any of these areas, we'd encourage you to complete an expression of interest form that's included in the webinar and will be sent out afterwards as well. This expression of interest form is quite small. We're looking at we really want you to describe the challenge, your problem statement in 500 words or less. And when you're thinking about the problem statement, it's around looking at how do you currently deal with the problem. Why is this problem important to your company, and what would be the impact of solving the problem? Because the important thing for us, I guess, as we go forward with this FinTech spoke, is to have an impact. I mean, we want to have an impact in terms of the FinTech community in Ireland, and we want to have an economic impact, and have a societal impact. So let's try and work on problems that are really going to have an impact for us. The other call to actions are we're going to have a breakfast meeting in a city centre location on the 10th of March, where again you'll have an opportunity, hopefully, to come along and meet with industry partners that have committed to the FinTech spoke and hear about why they committed to the spoke, what are the problems that they hope to solve, or the impact that they hope to solve. If at any stage you have a question on the FinTech spoke, feel free to reach out to our colleague Laura Clifford at adaptcentre.ie. Laura and me, Liam Cronin, we're happy to go meet any FinTech partner, face to face, have a more detailed discussion. Any of the questions that maybe we haven't answered here this morning, we'll certainly answer them in the follow-up from the webinar when we're sharing that out. And we're open for business, basically, in terms of answering any questions and moving forward with the spoke. Again, if you look at the three teams, or you look at any of the sub-teams that the presenters went through this morning, if you think there's a gap there in our thinking, or you think there's a particular area that we've missed, or a particular problem within your company that we've missed, please let us know. I think the value of this whole spoke application is that for Ireland Inc., it's all about the researchers across the different universities, across the different research partners, whether it's Adapt or Insight, Centre for Data Analytics, or Connect, or Lero, or Axis, coming together to help solve the industry problems that you're having. So together as one team, I think we can have a really big impact here in Ireland. So I don't know if there's any further questions. Okay, all right. So I think at this stage let's wrap it up. As I said, any questions, please feel free to reach out to laura.clifford@adaptcentre.ie or myself, Liam.Cronin @adaptcentre.ie. We'd love to engage, and we'd love to have a discussion. And thanks to everybody again for attending the webinar and staying on for the full hour. And thanks also to my colleagues across the different centres who presented this morning. Thank you.